Residential site valuation and cost approach, page 73. Roofing. Notes. The unit of measure, square foot of roof area, requires that the area of the roof, including consideration of roof for roof slope and overhangs, be used. For building with sloping roofs, this area will be greater than the ground floor. For instance, footprint of the building. Roofing, unit method only. To replace individual items, use the cost below. Component, quality levels, priced per square foot. You have economy, standard, and custom. Roof covers, asphalt, hot, mocked. Economy is 20 cents, standard is 25 cents, and custom is 30 cents. Built up, economy 145, standard 165, custom 185. I'm not going to go through all that, but you can see built up, clay tile, copper elastomeric single ply, felt paper, fiberglass corrugated, metal, plastic tile, roll roofing, composition, slant tile, shingles, composition, wood shakes, wood shingles. Component, price per linear foot unless otherwise shown. Miscellaneous, coping, downspout, fascia, aluminum, fascia board, flashing, gravel stop, gutter, insulation, bat per square foot, insulation, rigid per square foot, seating per square foot, soffit, aluminum, soffit board, skylight, $250 each. This is a sample cost manual page. Repair cost guide factors for roofing, courtesy of Marshall & Swift, reprinted from Marshall & Swift's Home Repair and Remodel Cost Guide, used with permission. There was extra notes. Extra note. Costs a lot of money. Marshall & Swift estimated fix book. Big book for big homes, $200. Big fancy book, ADA book. Page 74. Local multipliers. Shows Ohio. Bath and kitchens, ceiling and wall finishes, doors and windows, electric, plumbing and HVAC, site work and exterior walls, floor finishes, roofing, spec and equipment. Shows all these numbers, 430 through 458, and across it has your prices. Shows here Oklahoma, 730 through 749 in your prices. This is a sample cost manual page. Repair cost guide multiplier page, courtesy of Marshall & Swift, reprinted from Marshall & Swift's Home Repair and Remodel Cost Guide, used with permission. Page 75. Example. The cost of a standard quality metal roof is being calculated with the total roof area of 625 square feet. The project also needs 25 feet of gutter and 10 feet of downspout. The building location is in the 44131 zip code. 25 feet roof size by 25 feet. Metal standard equals 625 square feet. 625 square feet multiplied by $2.75 equals $1,718.75. 25 feet of gutter size multiplied by $4.65, the gutter price, equals $116.25. 10 feet of downspout size multiplied by $3.40, price, equals $34. Subtotal $1,869.00. Underneath that is the local multiplier for roofing in the 44131 zip code. That is going to, so it's going to be multiplied by $1.10, equals $2,000.55 extra bucks and 90 cents roof replacement. Here is an example of what it would look like. 25 feet across, 25 feet down, and the gutter and downspout. And that was 10 feet. Calculating area. When performing a cost analysis, it is important that dimensions are correctly calculated. Here is a review of how to calculate area, such as square footage. Square footage is always calculated by using the outside dimensions of the structure. This is important because the building costs need to include the outside walls as well. The appraiser then follows national standards or locally accepted practices to determine which areas, if any, need to be subtracted from that square footage total. For example, if an upper floor has a balcony, loft, or other open area to the floor below, then that open space would be subtracted from the upper floor area. And the appraiser must remember to multiply the area times the number of floors in the structure as appropriate for multi-story buildings. For some properties, such as commercial buildings, the square footage total may be divided by the type of space usage. For example, the square footage may be divided between warehouse space and office space. In such a case, the different cost will be assigned to each type of space. For residential property, non-living areas, for instance, garage space, screened-in porch, etc., are subtracted from the outer dimensions totals when figuring square footage. This is referred to as the gross living area. Gross living area, GLA, is residential space that is finished, heated, and above grade in some warmer climate areas. GLA must also be cooled. Garages, finished basements, and storage areas do not usually count as part of the gross living area. But finished attics can count if they have heat and electricity with finished walls and normal ceiling height. In some parts of the country, it might be customary to include substructure below grade space in the GLA. However, this is an exemption only when a living area below grade is typical for the market and may be a very limited circumstance. GLA and ANSI. Of course, there may be accepted variations in your local market, but most commonly, national standards adopted by the American National Standards. Extra note, basements usually don't count. Study ANSI.